What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the crypto market, how things are looking today, and how I expect prices to react over the next few weeks. First, we're going to take a look at Solana, which has been on an absolute tear over the past couple of days and months, really. Ever since about April, we've been on a steady uptrend, and that uptrend looks like it's starting to accelerate now as we're back to $238 per coin. I do expect Solana to be back up to $300 within the next month or so. We have the Solana ETFs coming out, spot ETFs, likely sometime in the next month. The deadline is in 30 days. It could happen before then, it could happen on the day of the deadline. It's hard to say, but I do believe that the Solana ETFs will get approved. Now let's go ahead and look at the price of Bitcoin. It's doing very well today, back above 115,000. This morning we did actually hit 116,000. We are down slightly since then, but overall we're still having a great couple of days in Bitcoin. I believe the bottom was exactly 2 weeks ago. And ever since then, we have been on a steady uptrend. The same goes for Ethereum, which is almost back up to $4,600 per coin. I do believe Ethereum, just like Solana and probably Bitcoin as well, will be hitting all-time highs in the very near future. It kind of depends on what Jerome Powell says next week during the rate cuts, but overall I do expect it to be positive. I do expect us to get a 25 basis point rate cut. That seems to be pretty much locked in now, which will be very good for risk on assets. Also, gold and silver continue to perform very strong. The attention seems to be shifting more so towards silver now, which is at $42.20 per ounce at the moment. It definitely looks like silver will be testing all-time highs here relatively soon, and silver is typically a leading indicator for risk on assets, so this is a very positive thing for crypto. All right, so now let's take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, which is, in my opinion, the best index to follow, especially if you're new to crypto. If you follow this index, it's very easy to take emotions out of trading, and if you're like me or basically anybody else, this is very important. Right now, we are dead in the middle, 50 neutral. Can't be more neutral than that. In my opinion, if you have a bag of crypto, just go ahead and hold. There's no point in trying to sell or buy really at this point in the market. If you don't have any exposure, it is still a decent time to buy, and it very well could be the best opportunity for the rest of the year to buy into crypto. As soon as we get up to extreme greed is when I plan on selling the majority of my bag, and I will be continuing to monitor this index in my videos. So as soon as we get there, I will let you guys know that it is probably a good time to sell and definitely not buy. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the liquidation heat map, which if you are unaware, this is essentially showing the amount of people that are longing or shorting an asset at a given time. As you can see, Bitcoin has the majority of long trades open right now. We have a ton of long trades opened around 111,000, and we have quite a bit around 113,000 as well. So this is never a great sign in my opinion because there's a lot of manipulation that goes on in these markets, and a lot of times exchanges will purposely try to liquidate these people because they end up making a ton of money on that. So beware of Bitcoin at the moment. It very well could retest these levels, but then again, it's not guaranteed. Let's also take a look at the Solana liquidation heat map, and surprisingly enough, there's really not a large amount of people longing or shorting Solana at this given time. So that gives me hope that we can definitely go higher and we won't necessarily need to see a massive pullback. I definitely think that there's a good chance that we could see a pullback after the Fed meeting next week, especially if Jerome's a bit more hawkish than people are expecting. So yeah, definitely be aware that that is a possibility. But also, I do believe that rate cuts in the long run will be very good for all of these assets. And I believe that we will probably run into that meeting as well. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Just continue to have high hopes and keep your emotions under control, and I'll see you in the next one.